walking alone, the streets are empty. The only thing I can see is my own silhouette. I'm getting stronger, step by step. The clock is ticking, but there's no time for regrets. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Yeah. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the sky. We are heroes tonight. Feel like a dynamite, ready to explode right up in the sky. I need you to listen, I need you to hear, and don't show any fear. I've been flying from town to town, from London to Taiwan. I've been all around the globe trying to protect your soul. We are heroes tonight. We will fly above the
Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, conscious gaming fans. I'm WxFan21. He's ReserveWolf. Welcome into a pivotal game here in the ESEA Season 56 Open 9-10 playoffs. This is a lower bracket round 4 matchup, and ReserveWolf, this is for a spot in intermediate.
Yeah, it is. And, you know, when you're working your way up through these kind of bottom leagues, it gets a little intense. I mean, everybody's fighting for the same things. These could be possibly newer players to team play like this, to league play like this. So it's how a lot of players get their start. So hey, you may see a star or two in here that comes out in 5 or 6 years.
Just a little bit. With that being said, we're going to get our faces off here relatively soon. But Wolf, let's just kind of walk them through the tail of the tape. How these two teams got here, and we're going to get right into the action as that starts. So, we are starting off today on Overpass, picked by Bunzsteezy Island. Cognitive picked Anubis, and then Mirage is your decider, and this is Cognitive versus Bunzsteezy Island. Again, Cognitive being the Conscious Gaming Academy team. Wolf, what can you tell us about them?
Well, they got to be a damn good academy team to do what they are doing right now, making this run and trying to get into intermediate. I mean, you have set roles for all the players. It seems like they've gotten everything that they need down. You have Dig in that IGL role, Timmy as that opper, Death Star as the rifler, Lay as an anchor / rifler, and Jimmy as another rifler. So, got to keep an eye on Jimmy and Timmy here. I feel like there's going to be two names side by side that'll cause some really good team plays.
That's correct. And, you know, one thing we're going to be looking at here is my HUD decides it wants to act up. Anytime, HUD. Thank you. Oh, look, it went off again. I had this issue yesterday. Ever since my HUD decided it wanted to update, it's like it just completely pivoted off, I'll swear. Sorry, folks. Not my fault. I think my HUD's going to need to have a slight update here. There we go. We got a HUD! We got a HUD.
Have a HUD. We have a HUD.
Okay. Sorry about that. Again, so my HUD, Wolf, literally, because you were on break, we've been casting. I've been casting for the last couple of days. My HUD had an update, and I've now run into issues 2 nights in a row with getting the overlay to work.
It happens to the best of us. Happens to the best of us.
It's all good. But you know what? We do have Cognitive starting off here very strong. They've got the 1-0 lead. And you know, you mentioned some of these roles, right? These roles are going to come in so pivotal. We're going to be looking at that anchor role coming in so incredibly crucial, especially on, let alone the maps that we have here. Mirage, we've all played it a lot. But Overpass, anchors can be so incredibly critical, and when we get to Anubis, anchors play such a pivotal role on that map, allowing their rotates to truly come in. But right here, right now, we've already got an opening kill going the way of Bunzsteezy Island.
Yeah, and that is a big one right there, having this little eco round and one hero rifle, as you like to call it, and getting the pick right there is huge. You did see Cognitive. They did decide to force buy. They have 2 rifles on that side. And I kind of like the slow play that Bunzsteezy is putting down here. I mean, just waiting for their picks. And they may get one on Timmy right here. They don't peek together, but Z still able to get the kill. He's going to get an M4 out of that. So now you have 2 rifles on the side of Bunzsteezy. And, man, this is not a round you want after winning that first pistol round.
That is correct, but again, we've seen this kind of more and more very recently, Wolf, where we've seen when the CTs get that pistol and it's just they run into this brutality of an aggro regression on a site from the Ts. You get the bomb plant, and now you're kind of on your back heels here. Bomb is just going to be attempting to be diffused as an HE nade goes off. There's so many angles to clear when you get to A. You got your bank, you got your long, you got your truck. Drip is just too good over coming in from that divider position, and Drip clutches up for his team, even though Lay got a couple of kills.
Yeah, you were able to snag a couple of your rifles back from the side of Bunzsteezy, so it is going to force them to spend a little bit more of their money, but it's going to be 5 AKs and a full set of util all around for them. So if you're Cognitive here, even getting 1 kill on those rifles is going to be really, really big, as they're electing to go for some upgraded pistols and a singular SMG and a scout here. Keep an eye on the scout. You never know. Some of these players move around like it's nobody's business when they got the scout in their hands.
Yeah, you know what, ReserveWolf, is, you know, you take a look at just, unfortunately, the broken economy of Cognitive, right? This is what I was talking about. When you get into that really rough second round, that conversion round, the T's just bum rush you like that. And there's really no other way of saying it. When you're bum rushed on a site, You are so on your back foot with the team with the worst sided economy, the heaviest buys. And now, this force buy not working out well for them. Again, they didn't have a lot here. I mean, you have Star working with a scout. I think I saw an MP7 in there. This is not what you want to see, but it is very early here. And don't forget, folks, this is Bunzsteezy Island's map pick. So, Cognitive starting off on the stronger side here on Overpass. But this aggression from Bunzsteezy Island currently taken at the Cognitive.
Yeah, and honestly, I really think these early rounds are rounds you can just kind of, you can full save it and just try not to spend anything and try and build up the economy a little bit more. So I'm not a huge fan of second and third round ecos because there's always so much more room. When you do that, it starts to feel like you're closing in on yourself. You lose one and you're like, well, we just spent all that money on a sort of bad eco.
Correct.
And now we're just broke again.
You
and it
got
keeps
it.
snowballing, and it snowballs and snowballs, and suddenly it's no longer 2-0, and you're looking at 7-1 or 7-2, and you're like, where did all of our money go?
Yep. And I think that's pretty much what we're looking at here. I would have much rather, like, I understand you win the conversion. You're going to buy on that one. It's not going to make a difference, but maybe try a save just a little bit and just see what you can come up with from there. But again, it is so early here on Overpass. I mean, I just casted a game the other day. A team was up 12-4. It was just, you could have probably penned, but you wrote that in pen, that map going for that team. No. It ended up going to overtime. The team that was up 12-4 still ended up winning that map. But anything can happen in Counter-Strike. And folks, this is a promotion match as much as it is an elimination. So you have a couple things on the line. You have elimination on the line in the playoffs. You'll be right back here in Open 9-10 next season. Or you get promoted into intermediate. So Cognitive being the Conscious Gaming Academy team here. Beautiful double play here from the side of Cognitive inside of Connector. But unfortunately, it's just not going their way as Z racks up a triple.
I mean, hey, you got 2 kills there. Your economy is kind of back where it should be at this point in the game. So, not a terrible round from them. You saw Z and Drip for the side of Bunzsteezy get down to 4 and 2 health. That could have gone either way right there. Cognitive just getting a little bit unlucky, but we are going to be able to see an almost complete buy from. You're going to have 2 FAMASs on that side, but 3 M4s. So it's going to be a good round here. And Bunzsteezy, they have plenty of money to spare, it feels like. So
Yep.
If they drop this round, it's not the end of the world for them.
Agreed. Drip with the AWP out. Folks, for those of you just tuning in, I'm WxFan21 alongside my co-caster, ReserveWolf. We are casting this on behalf of, obviously, Conscious Gaming, but Cognitive is, in fact, their academy team. So for all you Conscious Gaming fans, Cognitive is who you're rooting for. For all you Bunzsteezy Island fans, obviously you're rooting for them. If you have an issue with the stream, try refreshing everything. There was a couple of comments earlier, ReserveWolf, about some stream quality. I'm on mobile, monitoring chat. Everything looks clean on my end. So if you're still having issues, let us know. Try dropping the quality on YouTube, but everything looks solid on my end. So, little housekeeping done and out of the way with. Star gets a nice, beautiful opening kill down towards Fountain. And just like that, we have a 4v2 with Cognitive on front, but Ice-T making his way to try evening things up here. You know, for the lack of love the FAMASs get, even though they've been buffed in recent updates, this is a map you kind of want the FAMASs on. You want that range. And the FAMASs here, yeah, being sub 2K now, kind of what you want here, but we go back to what you said earlier about roles. What did I mention earlier about anchors being so incredibly important on a map like Overpass?
I mean, the rotational ability of an anchor is make or break for any map like this. You have to be able to rotate well on overpass, or you're just not going to play good. And yeah, you saw it right there. Just instant rotates to B, and the team play felt so good. And I can tell that practice that this team is putting in that I was told about, it's paying off, and this must be one of the maps that they've been hitting.
Clearly. You know, this team grinds 5 of the 7 days a week, multiple hours a day. They are grinding. They've put in the work. Most of this team have played together over the last 2 seasons. Little break during the offseason, but it is the offseason. But nonetheless, again, just so incredibly important for practice making perfect. But again, just taking some of the map control here, and you know, Wolf, I don't get to tell you how important map control is on the largest map size map in the competitive map pool like Overpass. Take a look at what you're seeing, just let alone here. The T's have long control, bathrooms control, fountain control, connector control, pit control, and the only thing they don't have control of is Monster. Cognitive playing this really passively. Now, finally, at 48 seconds left in the round, they're going to try to take a little bit of long control.
Yeah, that's not going to work out for them anymore, as it looks like the T's are going to rotate around to B. Keep an eye on that connector player right now. He is out of connector. He's going to be a huge piece in taking a B site, and you see the engage right now. Noonzy going to be the first one to peek out. They're looking for the players under there. Jimmy trying to take some peeks over. Jay going to be able to take out F-Ice-T, and Death Star taking out Morny. Turns into a 3v2 situation. 7 seconds on the clock. This bomb has to come down now. The plant will come down, but every player is going to get killed, and that is going to be a busted round for Bunzsteezy Island. It seemed like they had everything set together, but just didn't quite work out.
It was a lackadaisical execute, in my opinion. Like you said, they had everything set. Their players were where they needed to be. They just... It seemed like the execute just kind of fell flat. So
maybe they thought that they had it, it felt like. The connector player didn't even push up with them.
No.
He came in very late.
That connector player been hanging in pit most of that entire round there. Just making sure he's guarding things. Folks, again, let's hear from you. Make some noise in the YouTube chat. Make some noise in chat. Who are you here rooting for? Let's go. We want to see all of you here rooting for your team. This is a bleeping promotion match. Let's go, fans! Immediately, Bunzsteezy Island. They are going to force buy into this round. Morning at the very least. Gonna save that 2100. Might be thinking op buy in a couple of rounds. Yeah, definitely running up against it here. Alright. Yeah. I mentioned this before. Look at the map control. Cognitive, I don't know if they're playing scared or if they just really like playing more of a passive defensive style here on Overpass. Again, it's the CTs. Yeah, the whole point of that side is defense. But at least take a little map control.
I think they've found a weakness in Bunzsteezy's play. They're not, so far from what I've seen at least, they're not very good at checking corners. It feels like some of their awareness on certain spots of this map has been a little lackadaisical, and just got to see what they do on this B execute, WX fan.
Yep, here we go. B execute is in. They're going to hear the footsteps loud and clear. And Jimmy finding an opening double. Dig's already up here. He's rotated. He's hanging out upside in heaven. Hanging around like a bat. Could literally just go hang from the rafters at this point and get a kill. Dig the IGL for Cognitive. Well, it may have taken 3 rounds in a row, but Cognitive have their lead back.
Yeah, and hey, the economy for Bunzsteezy Island is now getting busted, as they're just gonna they're gonna buy a couple of deagles. But WxFan, you want to know what else is busted? It's my March Madness bracket. We're only one day in, and
Oh jeez.
it feels like it's just a total loss. I don't even know why I bother to fill one out every
I don't
year.
know
I fill
what
one out
you're
on paper
talking
and
about.
online.
I've only had 2 losses so far.
Oh my lord, dude!
I don't know what you're talking about.
South Florida screwed me.
Yep, I had them, and I also had St. Mary's. Yeah. So, but
man, no, never trust St. Mary's. No.
I mean, that one's gonna be a little busted later. But speaking of busted, is gonna be Bunzsteezy Islands' heads here, is they're gonna get mowed down here on B. But stand by, folks, because we got a bomb plan here for them. It was only 2 defenders. You saw 3 here for Cognitive over on A, and Noonzy. What a filthy deagle kill. Are we really looking at a save here? Dig is going to call something. They have the money. I mean, you have 2 AKs in hand, but Noonzy's found an op. And with 14 seconds left, this looks like it's going to be either a ninja defuse or they're playing for Ignis. I don't exactly know what they're doing. Dig's coming. Ah! What? I'm sorry. What kind of headshot was that? His head got blown straight off. Yo, hey, can we get some duct tape for his head, please? Can get that taped up and patched up and maybe some ice in the mid-round? Yikes. What a filthy deagle kill that was.
Yeah, the map cleaners in the middle of, in the little intermission of every round, they're gonna have their work cut out for them on B side, because that is a bloody mess, and this is gonna be a crucial round for the side of Cognitive now. I mean, you know, we can talk about money all we want, but I mean, just looking at the numbers on the other side tells you everything, and that is already a gun down for Cognitive. As Lay was able to get a kill onto Ice-T, but they just have this B side opened up already, and you have an op and then 4 on the other side. You just gotta save this one.
Yeah, Z is woken up. 2 more kills for Z in this round. He's top fragging so far for Bunzsteezy Island. As quick as Cognitive regained the lead, Bunzsteezy Island are quick to get it that back already. You already see Timma with the op already over in Playground. I mean, you have to save here. So, speaking of your March Madness bracket, I had High Point with the upset over Wisconsin. I had TCU over Ohio State.
Oh, man, that's the TCU one was the one I changed.
So, I'm in physical therapy, working out my shoulder and rotator cuff and bicep, you know, doing PT on them. So we're all doing March Madness brackets there. And myself and one of the other workers, we're literally watching the game as I'm doing PT. We're high-fiving, we're rooting for TCU during the game. Oh, it was a good time.
Man, it had to be. And man, you know, I changed my VCU over North Carolina pick. I changed my Texas over BYU pick. Yeah, I know. And I also changed my my A&M pick. So 3 upsets that happened I had on my bracket, but just that little guy in my head telling me, you're wrong. It's just too many upsets. You put too many upsets. I
put St. Mary through to the 3rd round. Oops. That's my only whiff so far. At the way Duke was going, I'm like, please, if Duke loses to a 16 seed, there are brackets busted all over the place. Oh. And speaking of busted brackets, how about a busted head for Timma with that saved op and 2 kills, 1 through the wood. Busted brackets, busted head, busted wood. Talk about the Valve cleanup crew having to come in and do work. I got to put some new wood up there over to its pit.
Oh, please, always, every round. You got to think how much money they spend on wood here, and
listen, the amount of money Valve have made on cases, I don't want to hear it.
Whoa.
That's right, I said it. I said it.
Well, hey, I've made some money off cases too, but we'll talk about that during the intermission. WX fans.
Anyway,
Drip is Drip is gonna have to find some kills here so he can get some money. He's gonna get sitting at $0 with that up and
Okay, Z.
Oh my lord. This round may not be lost for the side of Bunzsteezy Island, but Jemme coming in and adding more kills as his friend Timme has 2. So 3
Those
combined
names
for
are going to
both
be
of them.
fun to say throughout this entire
yeah.
series. Jimmy!
Oh yeah.
Timmy!
Jemme may equal the kills here with Timme, but he gets taken out. Dig gonna be able to get that shot with the pistol. Timme with the op with the shot. Drip gonna be able to get the kill on Dig. There's
No
8
way.
seconds on the
No
clock
way.
now. Timme with 5 health. It's gonna have to be a push and Drip. Gonna be able to take it
Unreal.
out. That is a
All
That was a
Timmy
rough
had to
round to
do
lose.
was run away. That is just... That's heads-up play from Drip in the 1v2. Didn't lose his cool. Got the kill to trade off Z. And stayed cool, calm, and collected. And Bunzsteezy Island here on their map pick look like they're going to take their T-side at half.
Timmy just spamming in the chat 6-7. I guess that's a reference to Death Star being 6 and 7 on the scoreboard. And if it, you know what, WxFan, it feels like every single match we have some type of 6-7 joke, and we just gotta make it as that is a awful nade from Drip.
I have
Oh, my Lord.
tilted my Counter-Strike chats in the past with the 6-7 gimmick. And there's Lay with a beautiful opening kill. I'm 37 years old. I don't understand the 6-7 gimmick. No one understands it because it has no meaning!
It's pretty funny.
Anyway. Does anyone in chat understand the 6-7 gimmick? Anybody? No? Bomb is planted, though. Here they come! Going down graffiti. They're holding hanties, chat. They're holding each other's hands, walking down, singing Kumbaya. Some deagles are out. Jimmy had the right idea. But this is just done and dusted for Bunzsteezy Island. Morny with a triple.
Look at how good from Dig here. He's trying to get out with that AK.
Yeah. I remember back in the day when 6'9" was the funny number. Now apparently it's 6'7".
Still is. You know, I got to talk about March Madness again.
Did we just have another upset?
No. On any bracket that I have, jokingly, the final score is always 6-9 to 6-7.
Oh,
Every single time. I can't not make it that. But if you want to talk about some upsets here, St. Louis University is currently up 67 to 32 on Georgia. So if you had St. Louis picked as an upset to Georgia, which I did not because
I almost did.
SEC.
I almost did.
I know, but it's my brain telling me SEC. It's chanting SEC in my mind.
It's
so if
Georgia
you have St. Louis,
that put
congrats.
up like, what was it, like 80 some odd points a game?
Yeah.
Cognitive would like to put up an 80 burger. I don't think that's ever been done in Counter-Strike history. Dig with a nice opening kill. He'd settle for just one. Ice-T is just hanging out, checking the train schedule, and gets deleted. So, a nice recovery so far from Cognitive, but we've seen these executes before really just kind of put Cognitive a little bit behind the 8-ball, so to speak. But Timma is not going to let that happen here this time. They want to end this on a 5-7 half. And again, all it takes is a pistol and conversion, and Cognitive are right back in this, but you are heading into, in my opinion, the harder side on this map, which is the T side.
Yeah, absolutely. And it may end up being an 8-4 half here. I mean, look at the positions from Bunzsteezy right now with 2 op kills on the rotate. And Z taking out 2, both of them getting a double kill right here. And Drip going to be able to take out Timmy as he was going for Z. That was an absolutely beautiful 5v2 from the side of Bunzsteezy Island. And man, what great positioning too. You got to send the army right there. You kind of kept giving them some easy kills, and that cannot happen.
No, it can't. I don't know if you could hear that, during that 2v5, but that might have been the collective sound of the cognitive fans smashing their keyboards over what should have never, ever been lost like that. And that's going to be a confidence hurter as well. Like, you're up 5v2. You should have that round 9 ways from Sunday. 10 ways from Sunday, and you end up like that. Right? That's brutal. And does that get in the mind of cognitive? Because one thing that's not talked about enough is the mental aspect. There is a mental game that goes on, and you had a chance to make this a 2-round game. It's now 4. And Noonzy is adding insult to injury. Beautiful headshot onto Jimmy. And now, immediately, it's a quad stack on A, and Cognitive are going to walk right into it unless they are able to sniff this out and do what we saw Bunzsteezy Island do several times and rotate through connector to get to B. There's only one B-site defender, and he is very far up. It's Z, though, but he's all the way outside of Monster.
I mean, they have to realize there's at least 3 CTs on this site right now. They're going to be able to take out Drip. It does make it 2. A couple more picks here would be good, but it's just going to be trades back and forth. They're going to be the last player remaining. He goes to the smoke, and he's going to rotate all the way down here.
Wise move.
I like this rotate a lot. You have 25 seconds on the clock. Plenty of time here. Would have been smart to check all your angles. I guess you know both players are sitting on that A site right now. Noonzy now realizing that he needs to rotate over. Dig going to hold this one close. Noonzy going to go up through heaven. Dig not hearing him, but Noonzy going to be able to spot him out. Did Dig not realize he's being shot at? Okay, yes, he does now. Defuse is coming out, and Noonzy going to be able to win that 1v1 pistol deal. A great retake from Bunzsteezy Island right now, but Cognitive going to be able to get 3 kills and a bomb plant. Not a terrible first pistol round, but you are down 9-4 now.
Well, I said this the other day. I casted a game the other day where a team was up 12-4. Should have easily had that map in hand. The other team ended up winning 8 straight to tie it 12-12 to force overtime. The team that I was casting for that was up 12-4 did end up winning, but it was 16-14. Counter-Strike, you cannot ever count out anybody because it's 1 round at a time. Folks, for those of you just tuning in, I'm WxFan21 alongside ReserveWolf. We are casting this promotion/elimination match on behalf of Conscious Gaming's Academy Team Cognitive. Winner of this game, this series, will advance to intermediate. The loser does not advance. They are back in Open9-10 next season. Big high. There was a lot of high stakes here for both squads, and right now Bunzsteezy Island have won some rounds that have been very, very impressive here on their map pick of Overpass, as Cognitive have to go in charging against this A1S of Nonzi, who's coming over by Flower. Bomb will get planted, so at least consider the extra money a victory here. But here comes Z up from the B-bomb site. He's making his way over to bank, but Jimmy could have everything here, except he gets destroyed by Noonzy, who pushes out along at the right time, and this round is all over. 10-4. Oh, well, there's a joke in there somewhere. 10-4, good buddy, ReserveWolf, and there it is. There's the joke. But 10-4 is your score line. Cognitive, they are going to be on a brutal eco here. Could end up very well being 11-4.
Yeah, and you're going to see a couple of upgraded pistols come out here, and hey, I'm a big fan of the upgraded pistols. I'm honestly a big fan of how the side of Cognitive have adjusted their ecos. You see 2 players not even buying armor, just upgrading the pistols. I think that's something you want to do consistently. You just kind of want to upgrade these pistols here. Don't worry about the armor because you're just looking for a one-tap anyway when you're playing with that deagle, and any pick here is going to help them, as I like how they're kind of taking this playground and long control right here. Maybe take a little bit of space towards Fountain, but it seems like they want long to be their game. You already have 2 players up in Fountain right now, but make sure you guys keep an eye on Noonzy. It looks like he's kind of wanting to go all the way around here in connector. I do support this decision from him. And yeah, you do have that long control. Taking bathrooms now. And it seems like both teams are playing a very similar style on this defensive side of CT.
Look at the flank. Look at the flank. Newtonzy on the flank.
Yeah, there we go. Like I said, keeping an eye on Newtonzy, and he's going to be able to catch out one here, it seems. Just holding his trigger here, seeing if he can catch any more. He's right behind him right now. Finally, lets off the trigger, gets Dig and Death Star. And now they know where the two players and Long are. Gonna be able to get one. Just looking for that last one. Bomb is down. Not losing a single player here would be absolutely crucial as they look for this last kill on Timmy. It is going to be 11-4. Not a single player died that round. The economy is bursting for Bunzsteezy Island, and Cognitive looking all out of sorts here.
Oh, that's kind of crazy. That is just bad. I mean, Cognitive, I think, after how good they look to start, I think just look a little out of sorts, if you will. Right? Again, we know this isn't their map pick. That's okay. No big deal. But you take a look at Bunzsteezy Island. Obviously, they feel very comfortable on this map. I mean, they've won some very critical rounds, very critical clutches. Like you said, they both played a very similar style of defense here. Wolf, as now we see Cognitive, well, let's just face it, make or break round here.
Yeah, absolutely. And this is going to be the last round you have, Rifles. If you lose this one, it is probably going to end up being a 13-4. But just got to see how it goes. Instead of throwing 3 players towards Long, they're going to send 4 players. And you see that player having fountain control right now. Maybe going to want to take some room at connector, WxFan.
Nope. That room is definitely being taken here. Look at just the information that they just got. Jimmer heard that party nade and knows that at least one member of Bunzsteezy Island are hanging out inside a connector. And here we go. It's going to be a long execute here. Can they do it? Can they finally lay there a 5th round on the board? Utility is out all over the place. Counter flashes out. Dig is going to be entry in first. There's an open bomb site, but once again, Z just on the flank is too powerful. But now with the bomb planted, again, tell me where you've heard this before. Cognitive have the man advantage. Can they convert on it? An iced tea. Can't get the multi-kill that they need, and Dig says, I've had enough of losing. Someone needs to put Z down right now. It's Dig and Lay ends up pulling it off, and Cognitive gotta give them a heck of a lot of credit here.
A combined 13 health between the last 2 players. I thought that Molly was going to end up taking out Dig, and maybe that kill on the Lay would clutch up that 1v2 situation, but no. Finding any way to stay alive here, WxFan, and you mentioned it last game, you had a team up 12-4. Got taken to overtime, so anything is possible, especially in this level of Counter-Strike. And man, I think we're going to be in for a good one if we can see Cognitive try and take a few more rounds here. It's going to take maybe, if they win 2 more rounds, they can bust the economy of Bunzsteezy, and then the door is just wide open.
Correct. We also want to recognize that it is almost midnight Eastern. Thank you all so much for watching this live. Thank you for all of you watching this on VOD. We appreciate you all being here. I'm WxFan21 alongside ReserveWolf on commentary. And Z is just too much, but here comes Cognitive, pulling rifles out their rear ends, and they find a triple. B has fallen. Noonsy's going to be mollied out of position.
Jimmy and Timmy getting those 3 kills right there. That was absolutely beautiful. And 2 nades used up from Bunzsteezy Island. You have 1 player on 9 health and another on 16. That could have been absolutely huge. The molly comes out, but Jimmy coming down from under. Noonsy going to be able to have the reaction time. Do get him. Timmy holding all the way in the back of sight here. Going to be able to catch out Drip. Noonsy going to fake the plant. Gets taken out behind the smoke by Dig. And that is another crucial round won by Cognitive. 1 more, and they can absolutely destroy the economy of Bunzsteezy here.
Oh, yeah. I mean, it's kind of somewhat broken already. But again, you have Z, who's just got well over $5,000, and Noonzy at 44. No one's taking a tactical timeout. They're just going to talk this over on the fly here. And it looks like they want to go hero rifle, maybe. Oh, this is why tactical timeouts exist, folks. Take things out, calm down, talk it over.
This is a great save, actually, WxFan. I mean, you know you have plenty of time. You're up 11-6 right now. No need to force buy and then put yourself in a situation where instead of losing just one round off an eco, you're losing about 3 or 4 because you force bought. So
correct.
This is a great call from their IGL.
This is pretty nice. I mean, Dig has called a solid game so far, but the last couple of rounds have been really, really nice. Can he continue to capitalize on the back of this here? Here we go. Star making his way on in. And now you have Bunzsteezy Island. Again, that scout holding from way back inside of bathrooms. He's going to be forced to respect the front bathroom play. Drip is here, but there's really not much he can do with just a 5-7. Oh, literally over towards toilets. Noonzy going to try for a headshot. Does get it on Jimmy. And I thought Drip fell asleep. He wasn't moving. Bloodbath inside a bathroom. Somebody get the bleach out. We got to clean that later. There's blood all over the place. Morny's going to have to check inside a connector. He's going to rotate on up from there. I mean, just take a look how far away Bunzsteezy Island is right now. I mean, you have Ice-T, who is literally rotated all the way from Monster through by T-Spawn. I don't quite understand that rotate, but nonetheless, Morny comes away with a kill, and this is really up to Star and Dig here. They cannot allow a retake. They cannot allow either of them falling here, but Ice-T has found himself an AK. Morny's found an op, and they're going to take it and run away. Cognitive, bring this back to within 4, and I think we have a brand new game in our hands.
Yeah, but really, that's the best you can add. Oh, no. Death Star goes down to the bomb right there. That is a rifle down for the side of Cognitive, and that's not a rifle you want to lose in these upcoming rounds. He only has 4,300 in the bank. But, yeah, Bunzsteezy got what they wanted out of that eco. That's about the best you can do other than just winning the round. You came out with an op and an 8K. So absolutely beautiful from them right there. And I also like this timeout from Cognitive. Your economy is still a little bit in the dumps right now. Need some time to talk it over. And you said, like you said, WxFan, this is what you need. You need these tactical timeouts.
Factually correct. You know, one thing I've talked about for, if it feels like a majority of my casting career, I see things at a 10,000-foot view. I obviously get the benefit of seeing both teams from just casting both of them. One thing that just kind of frustrates me, take a damn tactical timeout, please. Whether you're up big, take a tac timeout. If you're down a little bit, take a tac timeout. If you need to figure out what you're doing with your economy, take a tactical timeout. They exist for multiple reasons. I always said as a coach, I would always be able to try figuring out the best way to be able to pull off tac timeouts. Know your team, know how you can make it play. And speaking of that, Cognitive's tactical timeout does pay off for them in the early going, but spacing isn't the greatest. They were able to get the buy they wanted. Lay and Timmy have way too much damage. Oh, yeah, I think Bunzsteezy Island has kind of sniffed out where a majority of Cognitive are right now. Best case scenario for Cognitive is you rotate on over to A, but they don't give a damn! As they just full-blown launch into the B bomb site, throwing caution to the wind. Caution doesn't exist, apparently, for them here in this round as utility gets launched from Z all the way into B from connector, and there is blood spilled all over here, Wolf, and yeah, the op is found. Oh, please convert the kill, and he can't do it. Oh, Timmy. Oh, I think Twitch chat's gonna, Twitch chat, YouTube chat's gonna be a little upset at that one. And Star's gonna fall afterwards. Map point for the Bunzsteezy Island, folks.
You had that one set up. If you're cognitive, it just did not work your way. Just got a headshot on that Opera right there. It just did not work out for him. So last round here, forced to buy out, trying to figure out what the best buy is going to be on the side of cognitive. And it's going to be a Tech 9, 2 Mac 10s, a Glittle, and another Mac 10. So very much possible here. 2 Tech 9s actually going to sell the Mac 10.
Hooray! Look at all the Mac 10s. Do a thing. Do a Counter-Strike. I think Cognitive at this point just are looking to get to Anubis. This has not been their map. I think they know it, but this time they're going to throw a fast B-side exec. They're going to be right here. Ice-T's going to find one. Ooh. Luckily, he should have been taken right on out, but Z, right from behind, only able to get one. Big plays. He's on 23 kills already. Cognitive, I think, has just found one, and poor Dig is taken out late by accident. It's a 2v1 here, but Drip with the op-in play, and yeah, just look at the economy of the Bunzsteezy Island, folks. He's playing for exits. Cognitive, again, they're not going down without a fight. Bring it back to within 4. You know, I go back to that 2v5 for Bunzsteezy Island. A great clutch for them, but around that, Cognitive should have never lost. Some of their post plants, or even just their retakes, definitely still need a little bit of work. But again, this just may not be a map that they're super comfortable on.
Yeah, that's what it feels like. But man, is it getting contested here? Yeah. You thought Cognitive was maybe ready to move on, but my heart tells me that they're going for this comeback right now, and they're starting to feel it like we are. You have 4 rifles now, the Glittle counting, and you can completely break Bunzsteezy Island's economy here. And I feel like a broken record. I've said that so many times, but this time it's true. And you're gonna have 1 player towards B. It's gonna be a rush towards Fountain. The side of Cognitive gonna be able to completely catch these 2 players out. The flashes are coming out. Timmy looking around on site here. Morning gonna be able to get the kill with the Famasa. It's now a 4v3 situation, and it seems like you're gonna have 2 players coming around on the flank right now. Take a look at Noonsy. He has been a story this game, and do you maybe even want to go for this retake right here, or just play to try and get some rifles out of the hands? It wouldn't be smart to go for it. And yeah, I like the call from Bunzsteezy right here, and I like your thinking, WX fan. What a round from Cognitive, and hey, sometimes the timing and positioning just plays into your favor.
It does. So Cognitive will grab their 9th. Big round for them. But, you know, when you just take a look at the economy of Bunzsteezy Island, you have a lot of utilities still left. You're going to try holding on to as much of this here as possible. Just all that extra money you don't want to reinvest. Maybe you drop somebody over a rifle, an SMG. I mean, you can't even drop a rifle. So maybe you drop over a couple SMGs. You figure out what to do from here. 3 map points left for Bunzsteezy Island. Cognitive. And they're trying to force overtime here. That last round looked a lot better. Really a credit to Cognitive sniffing out and just gambling the right bomb site there, because if they had gone Fountain, we'd probably be on our way to Anubis by now. That was a beautiful triple push on the Fountain.
Yeah, it seems like they're going to play a little bit more spread out here. You have 2 players pushing near that connector area right now. Lay kind of looking for that player down by sandbags. Dig trying to get that flash out. Not going to catch anybody out in connector, though. And I do like this slow style. They're slowing down the game. They're changing the pace up on Bunzsteezy, and most players are near that B side right now. Noonsy is kind of lurking around right now, and he's just a player that you never know what could happen in the round with him. And that nade gonna put some attention on that sandbag area. The flash is gonna come out from Jimmy. See Lay kind of peeking out here, and WxFan, they're really taking their time with this one as a minute goes down on the clock.
They're trying to catch Cognitive making a mistake. And this is a really good call from Dig as well. you try to catch somebody off, and then you figure, okay, we have a kill over here. Where do we want to go now? And you kind of play off of taking a kill, taking a trade, figuring out the spacing, right? Like, okay, they realized, hey, there were 2 here, and now it's a 4v1, and Morny can't do a damn thing about it. That was a beautiful take. Cognitive really starting to live up to their namesake here. These big brain plays. Another save forced here by Bunzsteezy Island. We're going to be heading in around 23. And Cognitive have really, really hurt Bunzsteezy Island. It's a 3-round loss bonus for Bunzsteezy. That's about $1,900. There is no money for this squad. They are broke.
Yeah, but hey, you gotta give a little bit of credit to Bunzsteezy for not trying to maybe ego challenge stuff that they shouldn't be challenging, trying to take these 2v4s in situations where they're a little bit less fortunate on the economy. So they've kept it intact, and now they have a chance to get some rifles in there. That op could really, really play a big role here. So wherever he goes, you got to keep an eye on Drip.
Agreed. There is a technical timeout right now. You're not missing anything. Hey, Wolf.
So,
Do you see what I say?
the shotgun.
Z has a swag 7.
That is.
Exactly.
You know what?
Exactly.
I love it. He's one of us.
All right, folks. You're not missing anything. For those of you just tuning in, though, I'm WxFan21. Alongside my co-caster, ReserveWolf. We're casting on behalf of Conscious Gaming's Academy Team Cognitive. This is a promotion series. The winner of this series will guarantee themselves a spot in intermediate next season. The loser is eliminated and will remain in the Open 9-10 bracket. Big stakes on the line for both squads. This is a lower bracket promotion and elimination match. It looks like we have Dig back in the server. I don't know if he would have left the server. Might have had some potential tech issues. Could have been some ping issues there, Wolf. And it looks like this is a very... I can't call this an eco. I can't call it a light buy. This is just an interesting buy for the side of Bunzsteezy Island. Round 23, Wolf. What do you need to see from Bunzsteezy here?
Well, you're going to need to see some picks come out. And that early push right there tells us exactly what we needed. Z going to be able to get a shooting kill right there with his swag 7 dig. Burning the connector player right now. And Cognitive, they're kind of slowed down here, which is not really what you want. You have to force a mistake here. Ice-T going to be waiting for him. He's going to be able to get the kill on Jimmy. It's down to a 3v3. He's getting damage, and Drip going to be able to get the kill on the Death Star.
What were you saying about the op?
Now.
What were you saying about the op?
It's going to come in really, really important here. And now you're in an awkward situation. If you are Cognitive, it's 2v2 on this bomb site. You may want to rotate out here. You do not have the positional awareness and advantage to deal with this. And Drip still at 100 health with that op. Man, he's going to stay and anchor this B bomb site too.
Yep. But now Cognitive have isolated Bunzsteezy Island because you see Noonzy, who had to rotate all the way to A. They have to play... Look, if I'm Bunzsteezy Island, you have to play this as a team. You cannot go 1v1 on both sites. You can't do it. 23 seconds on the clock. Cognitive, you need to go. I don't think they're looking at the timer. 14
Unbind the 50.
seconds. There's going to be no time to clear any corners. Flashbang out, and look who's perched up in heaven. Boom goes the dynamite. With less than a second left, they get the bomb down.
Oh no.
But it is going to be Bunzsteezy Island who are going to come away with it on their map pick by a score of 13-10. Folks, do not go anywhere. We are going to be back with map number 2, Cognitive's map pick of Anubis, when we come back. Alright, Counter-Strike fans, welcome back. This is game number 2, map number 2 of this series. Bunzsteezy Island won their map pick of Overpass 13-10. We now head to Cognitive's map pick of Anubis. I'm WxFan21 alongside my co-caster ReserveWolf, casting on behalf of Cognitive, the Academy team of Conscious Gaming. This is a promotion/elimination match. Winner of this series guarantees himself a spot in intermediate next ESEA season. Loser, back to Open9-10 you go. So immediately, Cognitive have elected to start on their CT side. You might be wondering, why are they starting on their CT side? And it's because this is the heaviest T-sided map in the competitive map pool. It's really not close. This is like old school levels of nuke CT-sided. Like, that's how lopsided the T-side is here on Anubis. Here we go. It is going to be Bunzsteezy Island who have full control of mid, and they're going to try wrapping here through Palace and CT spawn to attack this B bomb site, as Lei should have this easy kill on the morning. Yep. There it is.
You got it right there, and he just got that smooth headshot right here.
Schmooze.
But they were able to take that B bomb site. You see Jimmy and Lei sitting in that connector area right now. Jimmy gonna take a bullet to the skull. Not quite dead yet. There comes a flashbang. Yeah, really. Need some bandages on that skull right there. And this has been one of the slower pistol rounds, and this is one of the hardest maps to retake on. Is Drip going to be able to take out Jimmy, finishing him off. Lei getting taken down. Drip taking out Death Star. But 2 kills from Dig and Timmy opens it up a little bit. It is a 1v2 situation. The bomb is smoked off. There is a kid on Dig's body right now, and he gets knifed by Drip. Oh, get the leadify out. Just get it out.
I can't. That's twice now you pull out the leadify thing in our recent casting.
Every time.
Oh my gosh. Well, I think you're going to have to get refrag called on that, because you're going to work on your retakes there, B. That was extremely lackadaisical from Cognitive on the retake there. But again, you and I have talked about this in previous casts when we've casted this map. If you can pull off 4 CT-sided rounds, you're feeling pretty good about yourself.
Yeah, really. Hey, you can't allow easy bomb sites here, and I like what they're doing right now. Kind of stacking up that mid area, hiding behind that smoke right now. Jimmy hiding behind the doors. This is a huge stack. If they walk through those doors right now, this could be huge. Jimmy reveals himself, and it's going to be a bomb rush here. Ice-T going to be able to take out Death Star, but 2 kills on the side of Cognitive. Kind of open things up here. They do have bomb as well. Did not notice that on the mini-map. They're getting closed in right here. Dig was able to pick up one of them SMGs, and Jimmy gonna snag the other one. Z gonna be huge here. Not having the best trigger discipline right there. Just taking out Lei before he gets spotted, but he did have Noonsy and Morning with him. Getting that spray through the door. There is bomb given to them. Jimmy is trying to get this kill mid right now, but Z sitting there with that AK, just going to retreat off of it. No reason to challenge that. Just make him come to you. And it really felt like Cognitive had control right there, but they just kind of left it.
Yeah, really nicely done. I like the way Cognitive held mid, but then just kind of, once they had bomb, they kind of over-repositioned, and just, it was easy pick off of Bunzsteezy, especially how they retook mid. But, you know, that was nothing more than a conversion. They did do a little bit of damage. YouTube chat, I know it's 12:15 a.m. Eastern time. Are you awake? Wakey, wakey, shiny eggs and bakey. Can Cognitive pull this back? First gun round here for them. 2-0 Bunzsteezy. 2-2-1 split here for Cognitive. We're going to have Dig make his way on into A main. Flashes out. Bunzsteezy Island have sent 2 players to long, and have sent the rest of them kind of out to watch to see if there's any aggression out through top mid.
Yeah, and they're not really finding it here. Both teams kind of wanting to play a little bit passive. You got a look at Morny and Dunzee here, though. On that B side, they could be crucial to what plan is being laid down here. Bomb kind of by itself near that A area right now. Going to retreat towards water. Z has control of that connector to B now. There are 3 players watching it. It is going to end up being a B execute here. Nunzi going to throw that nade. And you saw Jimmy go to the left right there. Going to be able to take out one, but Nunzi finding him, and they just walked into an absolute firing squad on the B side.
That's just insane. Give a lot of credit to Lay there. Beautifully done. Again, folks, this is Cognitive's map pick of Anubis. They tried their best on Overpass, but lost 13-10. Gave away some rounds they shouldn't have. Hopefully, Dig was chatting with them during the break, getting their minds right, getting them set. Cognitive grabbing that first round on the back of their first gun round was massive. Now we're going to see the use of this brand new window here on the redesigned Anubis coming in and quickly playing a role, because you did see both mid-site defenders drop down, and nobody's really watching window, and Ice-T is just spraying bullets into the water.
Giving up that mid control and water control right there. Oh, not giving up the water control, just a mid control. Not the smartest decision. I saw what was coming, but so did Bunzsteezy. They threw that molly in that window position and immediately got the sound cue other than the jump. A flashbang comes out here and it flashes Lay.
Ouch. The flashbang doesn't go the way they want to.
That is rough.
Oh, Jimmy took a nade to the face. Oh, Drip is just feeling it right now. Oh, that round could have gone better. Oh, dear. 3-1 in favor of Bunzsteezy Island. Now, I do gotta say, real quickly, ReserveWolf, Dreams CS, what is up, you sexy SOB? Anyway. Dreams is good people.
We like good peoples.
So, here we go. Force buy here for Cognitive. They're not going to eco. They want to force. MP9s for Mossas. This isn't GoldenEye 007. You cannot buy throwing knives. I don't know why I just came up with that reference, but you're welcome. Timmy gets taken out. Digga's going to make his way on out. What's an open kill on the Drip, but is going to get taken out here by Z. Yup. Good attempt there from Dig to try getting away. Just was not expecting the other player of Bunzsteezy Island there, Wolf.
No, not at all. And we're going to have to see some util use from the side of Cognitive here. Just got to try and maybe force their way onto this side, but no, they're just kind of backing this one up here. Playing for exit frags. You see Jimmy kind of get aggressive in that mid angle right there. This one is going to be lost, though. Just as we move through these levels of play, WxFan, something I noticed the most is the use of util. It's not the gunplay that impresses me the most. I mean, sure, you have some awesome one taps and some absolute great crosshair placement, but it feels like you can get that in a lot of levels of play. There's only certain teams you can watch and be like, wow, look at that util usage. They used all their util. They're not leaving anything up for grabs. In this level of play, it feels like there's a lot of unused util and a lot of teams not using it as effectively as they could. We saw a couple of mishaps from both teams so far that have maybe costed them some rounds. Just to do with the util in general. I mean, you look at the scoreboard, only 4 players in the lobby have bits of util damage, and I think that's something Cognitive can really, really focus on going into these later rounds here, just using their util more effectively.
I agree with you. Again, this is Open9-10. This is, this is not like we're watching main and advanced level play when it's stuff is, you'd expect at that kind of level a little bit more polish. Every team giving it their all, but definitely want to see a bit more utility uses. And that's just something Dig can talk with his team. Be like, listen, we really got to be more cognizant about how we use our util. And right now, E-Box is bloodied, it's short-circuiting. We're going to lose lighting here on Anubis at some point. Luckily, we got enough beautiful sunlight here. It's a beautiful day here on Anubis. It isn't raining. It's dry like the desert. And there are still random beans just laying out in the sun for reasons I still don't quite understand why they're on this map the way they are. But all kidding aside here, Bunzsteezy Island going to have to go up against this. Look, Wolf, it's a free retake, right? If you're going to go for the retake, it's free. You have picked up AKs. It's not going to cost you anything. You didn't invest that kind of money, but you're running away here with these AKs, which I do think is the smarter move.
Yeah, I have to agree. And man, Connector turned into a morgue there, WxFan. That was a display of bodies I haven't seen in a while in Counter-Strike, but yeah, running the wave with those AKs, definitely a smart move here, and it gives room for a really, really nice buy from Cognitive. I think your key round here is 4. If you can get 4 rounds on this CT side and on an extremely, extremely heavy T-sided map, you're going to be pretty set. But you have to have a good T-side.
Correct. You have, like you said, you have to have a good T-side. Right, you don't have to have a great T-side. You have to have a good T-side if you have 4. If you're losing more than if you can't get 4, you're in a world of hurt. Plain and simple. Immediate opening kill here outside of A main. This time it's Cognitive. It's going to take to the aggression. Moving up, taking the map control away from Bunzsteezy. Beautiful. They have their heads on a swivel over here towards lower. And Star doing it all himself. He's got 3. Star is just hanging out. He's all over the place. Give him a cookie. Matter of fact, you give him 3 cookies. He's got 3 kills. He's got 10 health left. Man's gonna need some stitches after this one's done.
Yeah, he is. And this round, not quite over yet, WxFan. Drip is still sitting near that A bomb site with bomb, and it looks like he's going to try and make a move here towards water. He moves into it now. Lay just kind of defending this A bomb site. It is going to be a B push for him. Going to have to check his corners wisely here. Death Star did hear him. Throwing that nade. Death Star at 10 health. That could have been brutal right there. Drip going to be able to find him, and it's now a 1v2 situation. The rotates are coming in fast right now. 10 seconds on the clock. Dig going to be the first player that makes contact with Drip, but Lay coming in from behind from Connector.
Drip has been so crucial for Bunzsteezy Island here on Anubis. Unfortunately, there's only so much you can do in a tight bomb site like B. You get it down on pillar, but again, you had one coming in from the Lane Palace area. You had Lay coming in from E-Box. Cognitive had the control. And unfortunately, if you're a Bunzsteezy Island fan, look, there's no other way to say it other than that one was pretty tough. Because you couldn't get in a good post plant. Right? Like, if you were Drip and you were able to get out to long is a completely different story. You can kind of guard the bomb a bit better, but still. It's just... that site's so brutal to be able to do anything on, and here we go. This time it's going to be Cognitive to play a little bit more defensive. They're playing a bit more back. A 2-1-2 split for them. And while Bunzsteezy Island may have a 1-1-3 split, they're still feeling out their opponents here as Dig. Once again, how many times have we seen him take that A main control, push out into Canal and try finding that initial kill.
Too many times, and it's worked most of the time, and it's catching them off guard now. It feels like Bunzsteezy Island has lost a lot of momentum so far, but take a look at Noonsy in that smoke right now in mid. This mid control is so huge. It connects the 2 bomb sites. And Death Star going to be the last hope right here. And Noonsy takes him out as well. He has 2 kills now. Flashes and smokes are coming out on the B bomb site. And they are sandwiched now. Lay is the last man of defense. Not even focusing on the players to his left. That site goes down completely. Timmy probably going to get caught out by Ice-T here. Does happen. And wow. What a take right there from Bunzsteezy. Just so coordinated.
Yep, really nicely done. Beautiful T-sided round from Bunzsteezy. As Cognitive, they have the money. They'll attempt to buy here. Timmy just doesn't have a lot of money, so we'll probably see an SMG from him, an SMG from Star. Okay. Or just buy a scout. Just totally make me look like an idiot. I'm kidding. Lay's been so clutch. It's really been Lay and Drip for their respective teams here that have been kind of the difference makers for each team, but no one else has 5 kills besides Lay. You gotta do something.
Yeah, and that's something has to be done soon. You hear the urgency in your voice. You got to think about how urgent they're sounding on the other side of Cognitive here. And man, there better be some great calls coming in from Dick here. This is where IGLs are tested. Your team is against the wall right now, and you have to find a way to just maybe close out these last 4 rounds. It starts now. Going to see some mid-presence by Cognitive here. Kind of retreats back. 3 players at B for Bunzsteezy. Bomb hanging back a little bit right now. And WxFan, this is looking like it's going to be a really, really nice setup from Bunzsteezy.
They are definitely setting up for a nice B site exec. Here comes the opening flash. They're going to make their way on in. Lay's going to find one, though he's pushed up right by the smoke. And immediately a cancel's been called from Bunzsteezy. They do not have a lot of utility left, but Noonsy, hold the phone, has found a beautiful kill over towards mid. Could have a nice flank here as Drip finds Lay right outside the smoke by just spraying and praying. And now Cognitive look lost. I mean, Jimmy just is looking lost inside of canals, looking for a little bit of guidance. And Dig now might have to be the key difference maker here inside of Palace. Definitely finds Noonsy. No one was hanging out over to mid. Beautiful play here. Somebody's got to get Timmy's head on straight.
Yeah, they do. And down to 46
I mean,
health
just
here.
look at what
Jimmy.
Drip is doing again. That's 11 kills for Drip.
Man. He's on fire. And you talked about Jimmy just wandering around that canal area. It did work out for him. Wasn't able to get the 2 kills, but man, this is going to close in fast on Timmy. He's able to get the first kill. 7 seconds on the clock now. Z does not have the bomb, and somehow Cognitive gonna be able to escape this one. Z not getting any money from that round as the time ran down. They're not gonna try and earn them. Just gonna keep their rifles. That Cognitive got really lucky right there with Jimmy coming around on the flank and just able to get that kill off the rotation.
That's when you're all, if you're at a LAN, or you're all just together in the same room, you all just kind of look at each other and go, we take those. We don't know how the bleep that happened, but we take the W there. That was sloppy gameplay from Cognitive, but it ends up working out in their favor. They did catch the bomb over inside of Palace. There was really nothing they could do. Credit where credit's due. They were able to make it happen. 6-3 in favor of Bunzsteezy Island here on Anubis. This is Cognitive's map pick. This is a promotion and elimination game. Winner moves on to intermediate. The loser is eliminated and remains an open 9-10 as Cognitive are going to continue their push here on Anubis. Wolf and I have mentioned you got to have that 4-round if you have a good T side. And Wolf, I don't know about you, but I'm feeling pretty confident that they're going to get a 4th.
I feel like we've said that before about many of our other teams, and we have been sorely disappointed.
I know
almost
not
every
what you're
time.
talking about. I don't know what you're talking about. Couldn't have been us that just, cast of a 10,000-foot view. No, not us at all.
Well, you have a tendency to curse things when you say it. I'm just gonna say it outright.
I'm
gonna say it outright again.
what you're talking about.
Okay, well, you said that they have a chance to take 4 here.
I didn't
They're
say it would
getting
be in
taken
round
out.
10. I am not responsible for
Okay,
their
okay.
gameplay.
Well, I want you to know now that this round loss, if Timmy can't take it out, it's going to be a huge hit.
It
to
is
the
going to be a
economy
hit.
of Cognitive.
It's
And
going to be a massive hit.
It's gonna be huge,
Massive. Big. Huge.
extraordinary. That's not
Gigantic.
Scratch that. Humongous.
Chat, anything else you want to add in some adjectives for the word big?
Big. That's one. We didn't say big.
I can't swear, but bleep you, Wolf. Anyway, I love you, buddy. Anyway, moving right along. Want to give a special shout out to Pimp Dip for allowing us to come in and cast this very important game for the Academy team Cognitive. They look like they've been struggling. It just looks like it's just not their night. But nevertheless, they look like they've cleaned up a couple things. And as soon as it looks like they've cleaned stuff up, it's just unfortunately come back to bite them in the rear end. And we're done. Welcome to round number 12, the last round of the first half of play. Could this be the last round for Cognitive in terms of momentum? If they don't take 4 here, they have put themselves in a gigantic hole that they may not be able to climb out of.
Well, as you said, you think they're going to be able to get 4 here. They do have rifles, only 1 SMG, and Timmy does have the op out. Just depends on how passive they want to play this. That molly from Z, not doing much, and he gets taken out in mid, so you do have an early 5v4 situation here. And the side of Bunzsteezy is really, really split up right now. Bomb is B side. And it kind of looks like Noonzy and Drip are going to want to take more space towards that water area. Maybe try and find something from window and pick towards window. But when you get up to this level of play, you really don't peek out window. Don't have to, but just got to see what happens here. A lot of opportunities to kind of get some players on the aggressive, and Dig goes down to Noonzy. As I said, a lot of time to catch out players here.
Well, that's just, again, Dig just playing kind of some of the same spots he has early in these rounds, and that just looked like it was a pure anti-strat there. It's like he's pushing out at some point and just catching him completely off guard there. But now Dig's got a chance to call this game from the bench. He's got the, I don't want to say the advantage of being able to see where everyone is, but he can now rest up and call a good mid-round here, because we're getting from mid to late. 31 seconds on the clock. This is going to be an A-side exec here, and there's only 1 player here on the defense, and that is none other than Star himself. 8-3 is your score line. Ice-T's going to make his way on in, but he's full white. There's nothing he can do. Now the utility is going to make its way on in, but just that flashbang alone has allowed Cognitive to regroup. They're all here for the retake, and it's going to be Noonzy who was able to pick up 2. He wants more. Drip gets dropped, and it's up to Noonzy who's got 2. Excuse me, he's got 3. He's on for the ace. Can he do it? He's got 4. Ace incoming, maybe. Lay blows him to smithereens.
That was so close, WX fan. I thought he got down to 4 health. I thought 1 bullet or 1 hit from that nade would kill him, but sometimes the damage just doesn't work out in your favor. And hey, they got to the key number 4 round, so your curses are broken.
Would
I'm sorry
you
for everything
stop
I
it?
said.
I'm
I'm
just
sorry
out here spitting the statistical facts of how this map is at. I don't control what these people do.
Well, maybe if you'd let me finish, I was apologizing. I was saying sorry for doubting you. Sorry you have a curse.
Damn right you're
WX
apologizing. Anyway.
Chat. WX fan sometimes just gets a little bit grumpy and can't take it.
It's almost 1 in the morning. What do you mean, grumpy?
Just call the pistol round.
No, I don't want to.
Okay, I'll do it then. You got 140 on the clock here. You're going to see a little bit of mid-control right now. Drip and Noonsy sitting in that connector water area. I do like this mid-control right here, WX fan. They're just going straight for it. They're going to have to get through Ice-T, though. 3 pistols against 1 USP. Who wins? The USP gets 1. The USP gets 2. It is going to get traded out on the scoreboard, though, on that kill feed. But Noonsy going to make him go up a man advantage here.
What was
that? That was great from him.
Oh, my gosh. And also, that was... You know, we kind of just lost it in, like, the beauty of some of those kills. The bomb got planted in a completely different bomb site. Now you have Cognitive and a decent post plan here. Just... We've seen this before from them. The push through E-Box, taking out a couple, and he's able to get him! Are you kidding me, Distar? Distar pulls it off, but Noonsy says not today. What a play!
That's a beautiful round. That's just a beautiful round from both sides right there. I mean, you can't watch that and say that's not entertaining Counter-Strike.
Agreed. Noonsy's up to 18 kills. That's just something else right there. Oh, I'm not gonna lie, that last round was funny. Oh, I had a little tear in my eye there after we had that funny bit. Oh, that was great. Anyway, Pimp Dip's gonna be like, these two are never allowed back casting my stuff ever again. I'm just kidding. This is a make or break round here for Cognitive. They had the bomb plant. They had everything in their favor. They needed the opener. And now it's going to come down to a fast mid-exec here. And the only player left here is Morny, who is literally stuck out in A main right now. There's nothing else he can do. He is going to get destroyed several ways from Sunday. Noonsy, who finds his 19th, it's just not going to matter here. Yeah, you get the A4, but you've got too many members here at Cognitive at this point. And Star has really started waking up here as of late.
Yeah, just getting yourself with M5 rounds here, getting a little bit more money on the board. It was a huge force buy from Bunzsteezy here. So Noonsy being able to take out 2 of the members right there, good from him. And he's just having a great game. You can't say it any other way. He's 20 for 8. He's 20 and 8. That is absolutely. He has a 2.5 KDR right now and a 119 ADR. And he gets taken out by Timmy right there. That was an important rifle to take off the hands of Bunzsteezy. You did not want Noonsy running around with that hero rifle, because we call it a hero rifle for the reason. He's been the hero of this game. And I don't even want to know what stunt he would pull with a random rifle on while the rest of his team is ecoing.
It'll be something to see nonetheless. Ooh, Noonsy can't even pull himself out of there. He went hero SMG in the Molotov. He had to respect it. Oh, that was just beautiful. Caught the timing perfectly on Talay. 5v3 in this buy, this very light buy from them in the hero SMG from Noonsy. Quickly paying off for Bunzsteezy Island. If they get 10 here, Cognitive might be kissing their intermediate hopes goodbye in this series. And they're going to have to try again next season. A team that has been together, primarily together for the last 2 seasons, have been putting in the work 5 days a week. Unfortunately, this has just not been their game. And a missed Molotov from Drip. That's just brutal. Retake is here. Can Cognitive hold off the assault?
Oh!
Star's gonna find one. Bomb is currently being defused, and it doesn't matter. It's a bleeping bloodbath as Cognitive just hold their own and mow down their opponents.
Man, that was a very close round for Cognitive right there. Being able to pull that one out was huge, and I think we may just see some deagles come out from Bunzsteezy, and I really do support that. You have 4 deagles on the side of Bunzsteezy, which, hey, you get the deagle in the right hands, it could be very, very interesting as they send those deagles towards that mid and water area right now. I like this positioning so far.
Looks really good so far. Again, if Cognitive can just put together a couple rounds here, they start that momentum in their favor. You can really have a snowball effect and just roll over their opponents, and then we're looking at Mirage as a decider. But again, we are still far away from even thinking about a third map at this point. 9-6. Can Bunzsteezy here off the back of these quad deagles manage to force an eco round and completely put Cognitive in their rear view mirror as they look to intermediate? Folks, remember, this is a promotion/elimination match. The winner of this series guarantees themselves a spot in intermediate next year, even though they will continue in the playoffs. The losers eliminated from the playoffs. This is a lower bracket matchup, and they will be back in Open 9-10 next season. This will be a 7th for Cognitive.
Finally got a pick with that deagle right there, but it is too little too late right now. I mean, getting one rifle down is an accomplishment. Morny not going to be able to take out Jimmy right there, and man, a really, really good round for Cognitive, only losing one rifle, and they are flooded with money. Death Star should be able to buy Lay here, but it looks like Lay just going to go ahead and buy his own gun. Going to let Death Star build up all that money, and this is a match pause now. So, seems like Team Cognitive taking this tick pause, I'm pretty sure. Don't quite know what the issue is yet, folks. We'll figure it out soon. As we take this pause, WX fan, I just want to ask you, how's your day been? I feel like we never just ask each other how we've been.
My day's been good, buddy. How about you?
Yeah, my day's been pretty good too. I just
Considering you had a long car ride back today.
Yeah. I think it would be better if you forgave me though. I said sorry earlier, and you still have not forgiven me.
I apologize. Listen. If
You apologize. I just want you to
If
forgive
we were
me.
in the same room, I'd give you a hug and say I'm sorry. Okay?
I don't take hugs. I take
I
cookies.
forgive you.
Where's my cookie now?
Over at your local supermarket.
I don't want to drive all the way there. I think I'm good.
Okay then. You can DoorDash it.
No, have you seen delivery fees?
Also
You can
very
DoorDash
fair.
it. What?
Very fair. I think I DoorDashed myself some Dunkin' Donuts one time, and it was like double what the coffee was.
You save gas.
I wanted my medium ice regular. I'm sorry.
You want to know what's trying to be saved here? Cognitive's run in this lower bracket, trying to get that promotion to intermediate. 9-7 now. This is going to be a very important round for them. You see Bunzsteezy, they do have rifles, and there are 2 players sitting on that B side, but it looks like it is going to be a huge B execute here. Going to have the same execute that they did last round. If it's not broke, don't fix it. As Jimmy's sitting those nades in there, Lay going to be able to get a kill on Noonsy. Ice-T getting 3, though. That is a huge 3. It gets traded out by Dig, though. It is a 2v2 situation. There's a player playing in connector. Jimmy is very, very aware of this. Bomb is going to have to go down. A minute left on the clock. Bomb goes down. Morning going to get taken out by Dig. and that was your key connector player taken out right there. Z gonna try and go for this, it's looking like, and I do support this. This would be a huge 1v2 to win. Gonna be able to catch out Jimmy. Z only has 39 health, but Dig's sitting at 7. The flashbang comes out, doesn't wait for it to pop, and Dig fully blinded. Gets Z and saves that round for Cognitive. 9-8, just gets rid of the incendiary. Who needs it? That's money that you can waste. You're absolutely loaded in the bank right now.
That is absolutely true. And you got to imagine the comms are as loud as you were casting that last one. That was just a thing of beauty from the IGL in Dig. I mean, he literally took the team on his back, quad kill for him, and said, we are not going to lose. And a beautiful tactical timeout's coming from Cognitive. They're going to calm things down. They're going to reset. And folks, as we reset, we really hope that you're enjoying our casting here today. We appreciate, you know, Pimp Dip allowing us to come in and cast. So shout out to Pimp Dip. We appreciate him allowing us to come in and cast for his academy team here in Cognitive. So we appreciate all of you staying here and watching. We know it is very late for some people. It's 12:47 a.m. Eastern time here for Wolf and myself. We're both on the East Coast. And while I might be getting a little quieter as my family is sleeping, and I really do not want to wake them, we appreciate every single one of you being here and rooting on Cognitive. Cognitive have won 4 straight. They are now a 1 round away from tying this back up. And Wolf, you and I have talked about this so many times. 4 rounds, if you have a good T side, is all you need on the CT side. Cognitive have had to fight to get there. Dig had to fight to get there. And now Cognitive are in the driver's seat. They've got the momentum. They've got the confidence. They got to be fired up after Dig's quad kill to save them in that last round. They're going up against Justin Eco here. You got to imagine this is going to be a tie game right after this round.
Yeah, but you got to imagine it for now as we are still in a 5v5 situation. Lay gonna get taken down here after getting the kill on Ice-T. They are moving fast towards that B. Dig getting spotted out in water. Going to be able to get the kill on Drip. Noonsy getting some work on the Timmy. Getting taken out by Death Star now. But this water fight is getting kind of intense. Z going down to 6 health here. Morty going to be able to get another kill. Dick coming in from that connector area. Just trying to get that kill. Finally goes down. And then if I'm Z, I maybe want to work my way around back to that water area and trying to grab an AK or something, just something to take away from this round. But no, he's just going to go on the site here. Maybe they're looking for a one-tap, not going to be able to find it on Dig, despite the reaction. And it is a 9-9 game now. No more imagining, WX fan.
None at all. And yes, my friend, to close the entire funny bit that we had earlier, yes, I forgive you. You are fine. Now, my friend, we are in round number 19. I feel like you could say there are several rounds that are already pivotal already for both of these teams. This is the round. Winner of this gets the lead. Whether Bunzsteezy are going to retain the lead or Cognitive are going to get the lead. This is so incredibly important for both of these players. Drip has the canal spot on lock. They can't get downstairs right now. Drip is locked in with that AWP. And still, no AWP here for the side of Cognitive. And I think this is probably by design as Morty comes and takes out Star from behind. Off the flank coming up from drop.
Yeah, some chats from the side of Cognitive saying not live right now as there is a little bit of lag, but I don't think Bunzsteezy is taking that too seriously. I mean, the round has already started.
There's a good chance this round is being talked to with the admins.
Yeah, 2 not lives from the side of Cognitive in chat right now. I mean, just to talk about it a little bit. Dig was sitting at 61 ping when I last checked, when he did get the comm that this round is not live. So admins will get involved here.
You can
Currently
see,
12:51. Why don't
yeah,
we get to 1
everyone's
a.m.?
just kind of stalled out right now.
Yeah. Oh, Lord.
You're not missing anything, folks. I think there's going to be an admin getting involved here.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, if this round is somehow counted, it would.
Just saw the chat. What is happening in the game chat?
Well, if the info is correct,
That is not correct. There's no way.
Dig could possibly be playing from a LAN cafe, but
I think Dig is probably playing from a LAN cafe, but so the thing from that someone from Cognitive posted in the game chat says our IGL is at a LAN cafe and is being assailed by agents unknown.
they're
That's
unplugging the Ethernet cable.
That's just funny. Someone unplugged the Ethernet cable. The AI bots are taking over. Oh, that's funny. No, it does look like there was some sort of a tech issue there, so the admins are going to be contacted. It looks like we're most likely going to have a reset of the last round. You're not missing anything, folks.
Just kind of a nice little break for everybody, getting their thoughts in order. Just got to see what happens. Got to see what the ruling is. I'm sure admins will find a great solution here. And an admin in the chat now waiting for confirmation that it was 9-9. And it looks like Noonsy, the captain for Bunzsteezy, is going to agree that the match gets restored to a score 9-9.
They are restarting the server.
Okay. So, game will go back to a 9-9 scoreline. That round will not count. They say Bunzsteezy 10-9 right now, but admins have confirmed that it will be reset to 9-9. Both teams agreed on it. Great sportsmanship from the side of Bunzsteezy right there. Sometimes you see teams kind of get a little bit antsy and be like, wait, we really want that round. Not quite sure how it's not counting, but got to give credit to the side of Bunzsteezy there for being good sports and having really, really nice sportsmanship there.
Agreed. I also think if you just looked at it, just 3 of them were not moving before that first kill. I think if you actually looked at the entire VOD of that last one, no big deal. So, don't go anywhere, folks. Everything is currently being reset. Hooray! Look at that. There's a round reset.
Glad there's no conflict in the server right now. Good thing we're not at the defrag land either. Our fist would probably be getting thrown.
Computers getting blown up. No, I'm kidding.
Lobby is back up. Admins just trying to get this one set back up. Got to give a hand to the face of admins as well for just being really fast and easy with it. As there we go, folks. Score is reset back to 9-9. Economy is where it needs to be for both sides. Good stuff right there. Both teams just telling each other to have fun.
Yay.
And you love to see it. You love to see it.
We're still waiting for everyone to reconnect back here on the stream. Things look like they've been reset on the side of Faceit. There is a 2-minute built-in delay.
Glad we can get this thing back rolling, WxFan.
That it is. We are alive. Everyone is back. Give a cookie
I love
to
cookies.
everybody. I like cookies too. We are back. And good to go. So it looks like Bunzsteezy Island 10, Cognitive 9 seems to be where we landed on. I thought it was being reversed to 9-9.
No, it was reversed to 9-9. That they just played that round out right now, and it ended up being a bomb plant for the side of Cognitive, and just a really good 3v2 retake from Bunzsteezy to secure that 10-9 round. So the whole reset didn't even end up mattering anyways. We have a 10-9 game in Bunzsteezy's favor, and all that work Cognitive done may get dismantled right here if they end up losing this round as the economy in shambles. I mean, you have a Glittle with $50 here. It does not get more desperate than that.
I mean, 0, but yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your point is very well taken. Look, just because we say when it comes to maps like Train, Nuke, and Anubis, oh, you could get 4 rounds and be okay. You still don't feel comfortable only having 4 rounds after a half.
Oh, no.
We just lay down the stats for you folks. Like, that's just... It's what we've seen in the current meta. But here we go. It's going to be an execute here on to B. And unfortunately for the side of Bunzsteezy, there is nobody here. The one player that was anchoring B completely rotated on off. And Noonsy going to be like, I just left there. And a save has already been called. We are at 10-10. And this could very well go the distance here in regulation.
Yes, it could. And the best thing you want to hear when it hits 1 a.m. Eastern Standard Time is thoughts of overtime, which start to linger in your head when it is 10-10. But hey, who's going to complain about some free
Wolf,
Counter-Strike?
if there is more overtime, I am firing you, and I am blaming you for the reason there is overtime yet again.
Whoa. Whoa.
Ever since I brought you on as ever since I brought you on as co-caster, I've had more overtime games than I've had in the last year of Counter-Strike. No, I'm totally kidding. This is just what good playoff Counter-Strike is like. You expect to see close games. You expect to see multiple overtimes. You want somebody to really take the game over. Speaking of taking the game over, look at what we're seeing from Noonsy. 25, 14, and 8. A 1.79 KDR. Have a map, Noonsy.
Yeah, that is absolutely insane. And something else I want to point out on the score sheet. Drip has done 267 utility damage. 267. That is quite a bit, and that is really impressive. And it shows how crucial utility is on every single map here. I mean, he's currently sitting with 4 assists and 16 kills, so clearly using it very, very well and creating the pressure. And keep an eye on that op in mid. Keep an eye on Drip here. I said that one round, and he ended up having a pop-off round, but you can just keep an eye on him. You're going to see kind of a spread out move from Cognitive here, just trying to get some information. And I think that's how you need to play this T side on Anubis here. Just look for information, and once you find the little hole that you need, just straight up go in on it, because it's so hard to rotate on this map. This map is big. This map is big. It may be kind of tight, but it is big. It's hard to rotate through. You can get caught up in any corner, get peeked out in any corner. So make sure you get the info right here. And info may be getting by Dig right here, as both players get into that 1v1 situation. Dig going to be able to take out Ice T. And that is going to be the move Cognitive needs to go in on this mid.
Very big round here from both squads. And, you know, you called it right. Being able to, again, when you're in, and as someone who calls plays, you hear play for picks. And that is exactly what Cognitive has been trying to do. That is probably the kill of the round from Timma, to be able to take E-box control, to force your way onto the B-bomb site. And now, Bunzsteezy have a choice. Do you attempt a retake? Or do you save yet again? And Z has no choice. Z is out. He is saving. Drip ended up falling in that one. And, I mean, Z's even now just trying it. Like, you're going to be walking right into a line of fire here. Cognitive have 11. I mean, you don't want to look too far ahead. But this is it. It's not the penultimate round. But it's the round that's going to decide, are we going to overtime? Or are we going to Mirage? Because if Bunzsteezy can somehow pull this out, it's 11-11. With the way these two have been playing in the second half of this game, we're most likely looking at overtime, and Jimmy gets knifed in the back. Well, that's not the way you want to start things.
No, it's not, and that's one of those things where you're just screaming, my bad, my bad, my bad, over and over again in your teammate's ear until it feels okay again, but really it will never feel okay. You're going to be thinking about that if you lose this round. And this round's going to get started here. Look at Morny. He took a lot of that water control right here. Spots out Dig. That is some big info right now. Now they also know Timmy is still sitting in the back of spawn, kind of waiting for that water push. Yeah. This is some great map control right here. They're stuck right now.
Bunzsteezy did a great job taking canals and lower mid control. Morny, I just beautiful map control. But again, the bomb has made its way on over here, making its way over to long. Star needs to make his way on in. If he can make his way on in, along with the bomb carrier and Lay, we're looking at a potential B-site exec. But this might be a very brutal B-site hold. You already see the lower mid player already made his way on over. This is going to be a really tough one. Star's going to go and find the opening kill. Here's Morning from E-box. They're looking for another one. He's going to get it, and that is going to be 11-11, and we are going to go to the end of regulation. This, you know, I said it. The way these teams are playing just made it seem like we're most likely going to look at an overtime here. I don't really see a 13-11. They've been playing way too back and forth. And Jimmy just wants to end this here. Get the lost money rather than trying to run away and lose a rifle. We are going to see the end of regulation. We are going to get all 24 rounds. But at what cost? At what cost?
Well, we're about to find out here. Cognitive really need this round to just swing all the momentum.
They don't have a choice. If they want to try getting a Mirage, this is the round they have to win.
Yeah, I really don't think you can go into the next one 12-11. I would like to see some speed from them, honestly.
Agreed. We saw how their aggression worked on Overpass. They really haven't done as much aggression here on Anubis. Potential missing element of their game, or that was just map specific. I mean, just take a look how this defense is for Bunzsteezy. Two members inside of A main, and Dig wisely spots it out. And Noonsy's gonna find one. But Morny, this is your time to shine. If you can hold while the rotates come in, this would be everything for your team. Drip has found himself locked in from a connector. Wow. What a beautiful Kobe kill.
Look at Noonsy here. Look at Noonsy here, WX fan. Look on the map.
Yep, he's on his way on the flank. Make his way over to drop.
They're aware of it. They are very aware of it, it feels like.
He's pulled this before. They've pulled this off before. They've pulled the flank before. But Cognitive now stuck inside of A main. Is this their hopes at a promotion going up in smoke? 34 seconds to execute. Bunzsteezy have them trapped. The op is locked in. But now they're all like, where did they go? And Morty finds one, and we are done. Map and series and promotion point for Bunzsteezy Island.
Man, this is hurting right now on the side of Cognitive. I mean,
They've put every dollar they had into round 23.
Yeah, that was when you needed it, and you're just gonna go from some upgraded pistols and some nades here, which is it's not what you want when you get to this round. And when you get to round 24, that Galito from Timmy, it's gonna be a big one. It's gonna have to get a pick. I mean, you see the Mac-10 from Jimmy as well. So Timmy and Jimmy gonna have to do something. Gonna have to be the heroes here, and they're just gonna go fast and mid, running through that CT Molotov right there. Lay gonna get the kill on Morty. It is open wide up right now. Dig coming in from that A-main position, gonna be able to get the heads on, and D gets the kill. Looking for the kill on Ice-T. Gets him down to 77. Jimmy gonna rush into him, gonna get the kill. It's a 4v2 situation. Drip gonna hit the no-scope right there. This is very, very winnable for the side of Bunzsteezy right now. But Timmy holding down that CT area right now. Jimmy with 5 health.
No way.
Having to hold it as well. Noonsy going to be able to take out Timsy. He's also going to take out Death Star. Looking for his 30. Also takes out Jimmy. And that is going to be promotion for Bunzsteezy. What a retake from them. That is just so unlucky if you're Cognitive.
Wow. What? That moved so incredibly fast. Unreal. But Noonsy's triple puts Bunzsteezy Island into intermediate next season. And unfortunately for Cognitive, they fall one map short, one series short here, ReserveWolf. It's unfortunate as we head back to the caster cams here. But listen, GG's to both squads. That was one heck of a series. A 13-10 over on Overpass. And this one came down to all 24. It came down to 2 members being trapped. There's nothing you could do. You full invested into round 23, throwing everything you had at it. And look, when it came down to it, Bunzsteezy, they were the better team in this series. It was sloppy at points from both teams, don't get me wrong. But Bunzsteezy was able to capitalize on certain things that, I mean, we can go back and break down this game probably for like the next hour. But one thing that stood out from Bunzsteezy was their ability to send, at crucial rounds, a rotate to flank. That went undetected. We saw it on both Overpass and we saw it on Anubis. That ability to send somebody. I mean, we saw it how many times, whether it was CT going from Monster to rotate to Fountain, or likewise going from Fountain to rotate on out. Having the ability to have that rotate, and we just saw it there from Noonsy a couple of rounds ago, having the ability to flank proved to be probably more of a strategy thing here, Wolf, but you got to give them all the credit in the world. That pulled out. But Noonsy took the team on his back here on Overpass. His stat line was 30, 17, and 9. A 1.76 KDR. The dude was just on another level. There's not much else you can say about it other than GG's to both squads. And it is going to be, unfortunately, the end of Cognitive's run here in the ESEA Open9-10 playoffs.
Just a really unfortunate way to end it. But hey, you can't say you didn't give your all at least.
Agreed.
So they play. You can tell they've been practicing together, and if you start to see improvement as a team, that's what really matters. We're not in the pros or anything right now. This level is about learning, and this is a perfect division to start learning in. You just get yourself a team together, set a schedule, start practicing together, just start grinding it out. And you'll see results. You'll start improving. And honestly, I feel like competitively, that's what esports should be about. You look at the top levels. You see the guys getting paid millions. You see the guys playing for Falcons and stuff. That's not what makes up most of esports.
Are we gonna turn this into a shit on Falcons discussion? Listen, my test is still on there. Okay, I'm a heroic fan. I mean, it's not just sometimes about putting the best roster together. Dodgers, what? Anyway,
but that's not what makes up most of esports. What makes up most of esports are these little leagues. I mean,
It's what you just saw.
yeah. What you just saw is the stuff that you won't see on anything mainstream, anything big. Yeah, maybe in front of 5 or 10 people on a random YouTube stream, but it's still so entertaining to watch. You're just watching guys play video games. You're watching them play with their hearts. They're probably trying their hearts out. It may not matter to a lot of people, but it just mattering to a small group of people is what makes it special and what honestly makes it so beautiful. So
I mean, listen,
anytime
Wolf,
you get a
I mean,
chance to
just
watch a Counter-Strike like this.
I agree, and I'm going to cut you off, but like just to your point, looking at the amount of people here at past 1 a.m. Eastern time that are watching their team try to make their way into the next division, that says a lot about the fans that you have to be able to be that invested in a team where, again, like, it's early morning. We do this because we love casting. It's the fans that make it worth it. It's the fans, it's the teammates that are there to watch not only their games, but their team's games. Again, like, this is an academy team, and there's over a dozen people. We had at one point almost 24 people that were watching this live. And was past 11 a.m. It's 1 a.m. Eastern time. And, credit to all you watching this live, and thank you all so much for watching on the VOD as well. It goes to what you're saying. This is what esports is all about. It's the fans that make it. It's the old little orgs that make it like this. And some of the best damn Counter-Strike that I've watched hasn't come from the pros. It's come from stuff that I've casted. It's come from the ESEAs. It's come from the Fragadelphias. It's come from, the Thunder Picks. As much as I love the pro teams, and I was at the Austin Major, I was having an absolute ball and I was loving it. The majority of esports is little orgs, other tournament organizers, just outside the big squads. We all know and love the big squads. But when you see something like this, a team that is scratching and clawing to try to make that next step, they're going to get there next season. I have no doubt about that. Unfortunately for this, it falls one series short.
It happens to the best of us, and hey, losses like this make you want to keep on growing. And yeah, WxFan, that's, other than just giving a thanks to Conscious Gaming, that's all I have to say.
Yep. We're going to wrap it there, folks. Thank you all so much for tuning in and watching. We appreciate it. And Conscious Gaming and Cognitive, we'll see you next season. Thanks for watching.